Hello everyone and welcome to Quality Old Games. Today we are having part 14 of the Iberian Infantry only challenge campaign, and without further ado let's continue. So at the beginning of this episode we are going to have two siege battles. Hopefully we will be able to wipe out the Britons by taking Deva, and then hopefully we can also take the Numidians' capital. Pretty much on the same go. So, two extra provinces, some extra money. That could boost our campaign otherwise as well. So we can get those, well, more troops, practically. But yeah, let's get going. So 2 vote warriors, 1 warband. Shouldn't be too difficult, even for Iberian infantries.
Your soldiers and the battling ram are at the walls! Now comes the test of their courage! The battering ram has done its work! Your soldiers have broken the enemy gate!
These guys are coming back.
Your soldiers are through the enemy walls! Show no mercy! Order them to finish the defenders! The cowardly enemy have lost the walls! Send your troops and take the rest of the settlement!
Okay. So we are in. Practically. And warmed up and fresh. And they are camping in the city center. Well, perhaps those warbands are. Or that warband is actually roaming about a bit. Okay, it seems we actually need to engage the enemy in the city center. Okay, or then not. And I think we could use our general over here, just in case. And then I need you guys over here as fast as possible. And I think we should be able to beat that warband with relative ease.
He does not stand but runs away. Is there any point in killing him?
And the battle is joined here in the middle as well. So let's bring the rest of the troops here as well.
By the gods, the enemy general was a fool. He sacrificed himself rather than leading his men to a dignified defeat.
And if they were not in the city center, they would have already broken. So I think this is first and foremost a mopping up operation at the moment. Okay, and it seems that's it for the Britons, which makes things quite a bit easier here in Samaro-Briva region. Of course, now the question is, can we actually hold the settlement over here? But let's try at the very least. So these guys to Londinium for retraining. I think we should actually send 1 unit to Eburacum. And then we could send this unit for retraining as well. But I can't remember if this guy is actually bad for public order. Well, perhaps neutral.
Mighty general, move
Yeah.
out.
But hopefully we can get rid of at least some of these penalties rather soon. And then we have the next siege. Of course, now the question is Lily Biome actually the best place for a capital? Or should we perhaps move it a bit closer? Here. So Messana and Syracuse are taking a bit of a beating to the public order, but I think other parts of the empire are actually benefiting from this. So perhaps this is actually a rather good choice. $75-20 still. Okay, apparently that wasn't quite good enough, but that's what with we are going to go. And then let's do the assault on Cirta. By the way, is it capital? It has port, large temple. Okay, 16,000 population, so we are going to exterminate it. Or not exterminate, we are going to liberate it. And when we are doing that actual liberation, we are going to liberate them also from all of their unnecessary possessions.
On my units.
Actually, this time they might have quite a few of these troops. Yeah, there are so many units that they actually do have enough for guarding the settlement walls over here. So, and I think they do have quite a bit of missile units as well. Yeah, so that's not actually going to be too easy.
Your soldiers and the battling ram are at the gates. Now comes the test of their courage. Your soldiers have broken through the gate. Now order them on and hound the enemy. The cowardly enemy cannot hide. You have breached the walls. Begin the slaughter!
Okay, you guys get in. I think you guys could get in as well. The last section should break relatively soon. And we can get you guys in. Okay, and it seems first of our troops are already breaking on the gates. Okay, they have brought their general over there. And of course there is desert infantry, so we don't actually want to go there. Okay, we are in here. Just push through. Bring some more of those javelin men. Perhaps we should try to just take down those, or that bodyguard. Because it's clearly the most difficult foe.
The cowardly enemy have lost the walls! Send your troops and take the rest of the settlement! Awaiting your command! The gods! The enemy general was a fool! He sacrificed himself rather than leading his men to a dignified defeat.
And these guys are trying to take the settlement single-handedly. Okay, and these guys are fighting against something. Okay, and 2 javelin men actually broke that Iberian Infantry. Okay, perhaps not the cleanest of victory, but victory nonetheless.
Glorious victory! Settlement captured!
Would this bring, yes, some extra income?
Sire! Sire!
I don't think we actually need to train all of these, or retrain them, and then we can get rid of the cavalry stables and the archery range. And I think capturing this settlement should be quite a blow to the Numidians. And after we have replenished our army somewhat, we will continue our push towards Dimmidi. It should take several turns to get there, and I think we should be able to take it with relative ease. Then here we have a bit of the situation, because those Brutii do have urban cohorts over there. So the question is, should we begin to plan a backstab on the Brutii, so that we take strong fleet and strike to the Greece? I don't know if we want to actually repair that, but what we want to do is to train more troops in Mediolanum, and in Patavium we do have quite a force in Arretium as well. So perhaps we will make Capua one of our next goals. If we master 2 full stacks, we should be able to do rather well. And then you guys could go to check what's over there.
My eyes are yours. Moving out of moves, sire.
And of course this is a question mark. Can we actually hold Deva? But we will find out soon enough. So we have a turn. Let's see what happens. Okay. So we have some Brutii charging in. Fortunately, no urban cohorts this time. A defensive battle, and actually I think I should bring troops from Sicily, so that we could take, I don't remember the settlement name, south of Carthage, but in any case that's the settlement we should strive to take as soon as possible, because that should keep the Brutii out of Africa and thus make things quite a bit easier for us. Oh. Well, that's not nice. Fortunately, the gateway is still intact, so we should be able to inflict some damage over here. Hopefully a legionary cohort, not... Okay, they are early legionaries.
Prepare to defend the settlement in earnest! The walls belong to the enemy. Look now to brave
So
men
they will
as the
take
last line of defense.
this tower and then the gateway at the very least. Perhaps this tower as well. So it will come down to beating them with infantry. Okay, these towers here will inflict some casualties, but I don't think that will be too much. On the other hand, they are doing something weird over here. So they are coming down from this tower and then doing something. Well, at least we don't need to face cavalry. Which of course we actually might want to do. Well, I think we want to defeat the infantry first. And this means that they will be coming one by one. So that should make things a bit easier for us. But if we have a chance, we should try to get to that cavalry as well. The reason is that that way we should be able to wipe out the whole army, and thus... Is it Lepsis Manga, actually? Well, if we are able to wipe these out, then taking the settlements will be that much easier. If these were Roman towers, things would be a bit easier because they can fire from the backside of the tower as well.
Orders completed, great lord. March! Awaiting your command. Units! Start! Units! Move! At the double! Units! Charge! Units! Charge! With all haste!
Okay, let's see if we could break them before we need to engage that second unit. But they don't have that gateway captured, so they will practically fight till death. Yeah, that's more than unfortunate. So much for my easy victory over here. That was a bit of a miss-micro, more than a bit. Okay, and now we have that legionary cohort coming. There is a risk that this might actually end up badly. Those legionaries are just holding way too well. So, basically, I'm not going to try to engage that cavalry. I think I will have enough to do with this
With all haste!
enemy force
All haste!
inside the walls.
Units! Units! Charge! Hurry! Quickly! Quickly! Attack! Quickly! Move, move! Run! Run! Attack! Stand your ground! Quickly! Move! Attack quickly! Ready! Attack quickly! Position! Awaiting your command!
Yeah. I'm not feeling at all that that was a clear victory. That was a messy victory. Okay, so now the question is what kind of terrain we have. Oh, misclick. Whoops. So I think Rome will be assaulted rather soon. Thapsus. There is a bit too large of a garrison for my liking. Numidian Navy.
Aye, great lord!
Let's drive that off
Victory! Set sail!
and let's bring
Orders?
some fresh Iberian infantry to Carthage.
My liege. Orders? Orders? Sire!
So we could build a fort.
Orders! Build fort! My liege! Orders! Onward! Sire! My liege! Mighty general! My liege! Leaving the army. Attack! Besieging settlement, sir! Settlement under siege, sir! Orders!
Let's see if we could
Moves depleted,
cause
my lord.
some mischief with that army over there. Reminum. So is he a good general? No, this... No, he's not.
Sire!
Perhaps... Yeah, he could become a governor in Batavium.
Sire! Forward! Moves
And, I think we are ready to move onwards from Cirta.
My liege!
We need to strike the...
Mighty general!
when the iron is hot.
Sire!
So, Dimmidi will be the next target over there. Could we make perhaps more troops in Karalis to kind of boost our offensive against Thapsus? Yeah, it's Thapsus. Okay.
Ships ready! Set sail!
And here is Lepsis Manga. So what's the situation in here? We have a bit of public order issues, but perhaps we can manage.
Mighty General, march! Mighty General.
And it's great that we should be able to bring some troops out from Londinium relatively soon. I think we can begin our campaign against some of the other barbarian factions. So is this guy a good general? No. That one in Mediolanum a bit better, but perhaps Vetias will be leading our charge. Do we have anything else which we can actually do? Perhaps we could begin mustering forces already.
Mighty General, sire, forward! Mighty General. Orders? My liege, orders? Forward! Orders? March! Orders? Sire! Onward! No more moves, sire! 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 Mighty General! My liege! Move out! Merging
Okay,
army!
first army. I think the second army will be a bit of
Move out!
poorer quality, but we just have to live with that. Okay, this might actually...
Mighty General!
Let's actually bring this guy over here and we can
Forward!
give some retinue.
Orders!
This guy. Okay, and let's gather the forces in Arretium,
Forward! No more moves, sire!
and then we can have reinforcements from Rome. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, not going to fight against those.
Our ships are under attack! Withdraw! Withdraw! No more move, sire!
Okay, so if we beat this army and then the last Scipio army will charge us, then we can take Capua with one army. And that will allow us to put more pressure on the Brutii in southern Italy. But let's see how things will go. So siege tower, sapping point, and yeah, there was this hole in the wall, so I think our towers should be able to do some rather nice damage. Of course, now that they have siege tower over there, they might be able to take the gateway, and they are planning to knock down on some more of the wall sections, but well, at least the towers should be able to do some damage before they can reach the city center. As you can see, there are quite a few horse bodies littering the ground over there. Too bad that this tower cannot shoot over here.
The walls are taken! The enemy stands ready to take the town!
So they have taken some, perhaps 20% casualties before they get in here. Okay, that was a good charge. For us.
The enemy fights with the spade rather than the sword. The walls are undermined.
Okay, so let's try to take care of those principes before they can fire too many of those pillars. Some flaming pigs. Okay, I don't think we want to fight against those principes. At least that way. Okay, and now we need to deal with the enemies outside. So they do have the gateway, we need to be a bit careful around that. As the Roman general is over there, perhaps. Okay. Okay, there was something weird in that.
men are perfect. They are running from the battle in terror.
Okay, and that's it. Good, I think we should be able to take on one additional army like that. But they are not bringing it, it seems. Well, that was a nice victory. So, Skippy faction leader and a small garrison. That's good news. I think we have Eburacum rather well in control. And this settlement might very well rebel. 40% if we... Fix 45, so you head to Londinium. What if we lower the number of troops? That helps sometimes, but if we take all of the troops out and send only one unit in, 45. And do we have 80% garrison? Yeah. So at least we don't suffer so many casualties because of they just rebel over there. And we do have a ship over here as well, that's great.
Moving to position. No more moves, sir.
My ears are yours. Unseen, unheard.
And I would like to find some captains
Who shall die
to practice assassination. Okay, we have this army ready.
Joining forces.
Let's send...
Depleted, mighty lord. My liege. Onward. Out of moves,
Oh, we need
great lord.
to
Sire.
most definitely retrain quite a few of these.
Orders? Mighty general.
Oh, I still have cavalry stables over here. Let's get rid of that. Master of Archers. Well, that's interesting. Well, that's actually +1 command.
My liege.
So that's nice. I think next turn we can move out with
Orders? Sire.
most of the other troops.
March. Out of
Or
moves,
rather
great
with
lord.
the second army.
Orders. Sire.
Ships ready.
My liege. Forward. Mighty general. Orders. Forward. Build fort.
So now we have pretty much taken care of that. This army cannot actually help if we move against Tarentum soon. So that could offer us some benefits.
Aye, my lord. Leaving the army.
And of course now the question is, can we actually keep Deva, or do we need to actually have enough forces in Londinium that we can retake it? We will find out soon enough. And, well, let's not forget this army.
My liege. Prepare for battle.
We should be able to begin the siege next turn. And we have this army engaging us. Hopefully you can pull back into some... Oh, that's bad. That's really bad, unless of course the terrain is good. And the terrain looks rather excellent. So we have the high ground. It's over Brutii. Well, in this case, I'm not fully confident that it's actually over, but this should help us quite a bit. Actually, we need to pull back a bit, because that way the Romans have to work a bit further to reach us, and they will be more tired when they actually do. Then again, the steepness is a bit great over here, so I'm not fully sure what I should do. Perhaps a bit forward. I think the steepness will be more critical than the tiredness of enemy troops. Praetorians, legionaries, urban cohort, Praetorian cohort, incendiary pigs, and ballista. Okay, so basically what we need to do, we need to start some flanking. I mean, this might be a really stupid move, but perhaps we could... Okay, we are breaking through from this flank. Excellent. And they are breaking through from the other flank. Or from the middle. Well, I guess we just have no other choices but to try to hit the enemy with what we have and hope that it will be quite enough. Which it unfortunately won't be.
Was a fool! He sacrificed himself rather than leading his men to a dignified defeat.
Well, I'm just hoping that my general will flee before leading his troops to, well, to dignified slaughter.
Attack quickly!
Wavering, just flee. Okay. Yeah. This is becoming a bit of a pattern that
Run for your life!
we need to pull back
Ships are under attack!
from those. Okay. So they did actually have a larger force around here. This might be a bit tricky. But let's see, they are attacking. We do have heavy cavalry. And we do have the high ground once again. And this time the opponents are not quite so tough. So I think we have a chance. I think we should be able to beat Libyan mercenaries and archers with Iberian Infantry. Desert Infantry might be a bit of a problem. Okay, so these guys are actually charging. Good. So they are willing to throw the missile cav away. That's great. Okay, so the desert infantry is fleeing. We can bring some more troops over here to help. And it seems Libyan mercenaries can be a bit too tough opponents for Iberian infantry. And it's actually important to make sure that at least those javelin men cannot get to fire at us. Okay, the general is running away. Let's wipe him out.
The enemy general has been killed. Now we will see the measure of his soldiers' courage.
And I think cavalry will actually be the key in the remainder of this battle. And are they actually pulling back? Might be.
The enemy cowards run! Drive them
Well,
from the
every enemy
battlefield!
taken down now will be one less to defend the settlement. Which I think we can begin actually the siege next turn.
Victory!
We did take casualties, but I think they are manageable compared to the enemy.
Victory is ours!
So the remainder of the enemy army is over there, and yeah, Deva did rebel. Okay, 4 units, so let's send 6 with the general,
Out of moves, great lord. My liege.
and you can come along as well.
Joining forces. Out of moves, great lord.
And I think we can ferry most of these guys
Sire.
to the main land.
Aye, my lord.
Leaving the army. Disembark.
And let's gather troops over here. We can train a couple of ones from Alicia, and then we are good to go. This army over here. Let's position ourselves over there, here.
My liege. Orders? Mighty general.
We need to go for retraining, though that guy does have a rather impressive command.
Mighty general.
So perhaps we should switch him
Mighty general. Mighty general.
to lead this army. Of course, we could have some retinue.
Virgin armies. Orders. Orders.
Okay, looking quite a bit better.
Combining troops.
And
Out of
then
moves, great lord. Sire. My liege. Sire. Forward. Mighty general. My liege. Mighty
we
general.
could have 6 additional units.
Sire.
I think we should
Mighty general.
bring them in,
Mighty general.
at least some of them. And let's march onwards from Carthage.
Mighty general. Forward. Prepare for battle.
Okay, I think we should be able to beat that, and then in Thapsus 3 units as garrison should be manageable.
Prepare for battle. Besieging settlement, sir.
Oh,
Settlement
and in the last
under
episode,
siege,
or
sir.
in some comments, I promised that we should look the Brutii, how well they are doing. So they do have something like 12, 13 provinces, meaning that they seem to control most of Greece.
Mighty general. Attack! Await my orders. Units.
And since the enemy has only one legionary cohort, I think our best tactics is just to rush the enemy. So I need you guys to do a flanking move over there. You guys engage those legionaries. You guys get directly to the ballistae. You Roman cavalry, you can begin to chase that cavalry auxilia. Are they pulling back? Perhaps they should be. let's hope we can get enough kills to wipe this whole army out. It will make once again taking the enemy settlements so much easier.
Awaiting your command. Awaiting your command. Quickly. Forward. Destroy them. Orders complete.
Okay, good. I think that was quite enough.
Victory is ours, mighty one. My lead.
Another army.
Engage the enemy. Attack!
Okay. I guess we have some slight complications to the plan.
Ships ready! Yes, mighty lord.
Mighty general, march! Mighty general, sire.
I guess we can leave him with the overprotective nanny.
Ships ready!
And let's see if we could bring reinforcements next turn. We have the assassins
Shall die this day.
over here.
Moving to position. Death approaches. I kill to please you. He shall be extinguished.
Mighty general.
Okay, and I think we have a turn. Okay, so if we manage to beat this battle or win this decisively, I think Capua will fall, and it might very well fall during this episode.
Today is a good.
The terrain is not that good. Fortunately, they have mostly pre-Marian troops, so I think we do have a chance. Especially if the enemy cavalry actually decides to YOLO charge. So mostly cavalry army, not that much infantry.
Forward! Units!
And our general is clearly
March!
superior. Principes Hastati. Hastati, Principes, some Velites. Are those war dogs? So, let's try to... those are cavalry auxilia. And those two. Okay, that's not nice. I was thinking about taking the initiative, trying to chase those enemies down, but...
Units! Units! Charge! Units! Charge! Units! Charge! Units! Units!
Okay, some of the Romans are starting to break. Let's try to break these guys over here. Good. Then I need you guys to move to the center, and I think we will need general on the other flank. Okay, this flank is crumbling. Let's try to deliver the, hopefully, killing blow on the enemy in this battle. By trapping their general and hopefully taking him down. Excellent.
The Roman leader is dead. Your soldiers rejoice and the Romans despair.
Hopefully they do. So once again, we just want to wipe down as many of the enemies as possible. So it seems the whole Roman army, if not fleeing, is at least pulling back.
Enemy cowards, run! Drive them from the battlefield!
Kill them! Destroy them! Ready! Kill them! Awaiting your command! Kill them!
And that's rather, well, we did suffer heavy casualties, but still quite sweet victory.
Victory is
Okay, so we wiped the Scipii out. Nice. So basically that means that we are in no rush whatsoever to move against the Capua. Because, well, they are no threat, okay, but we might have some Dacian threats to us.
Sire!
And the defenses over there are not that good. So...
Orders? Orders? My liege. My liege. Mighty general. Sire. Mighty general. Mighty general. Orders?
you guys
Sire. Mighty general.
go for retraining, you begin the siege.
Attack! Besieging settlement, sir.
And I think we can bring some reinforcements from Rome.
Sire, sire, move out! Mighty general!
And I think you could begin the siege of Tarentum.
Besieging settlement, sir. Settlement under siege, sir. Orders.
And you head to Ariminum, and you head to Rome. And Batavium, well, it's training troops, that's excellent.
I serve your will, unseen, unheard. Most depleted, great lord.
I kill to please you. Assassin ready by your will. Out of move, sir. I kill to please you. I obey. Moves depleted.
And I guess we can just
Engage
starve
the enemy.
this
Besieging
settlement
settlement.
out. And
My liege. My liege.
are we actually...
Ships
Yeah,
ready.
we can set sail.
Set sail.
So what we want to do is to keep that guy at a bay.
Onward.
And perhaps
Prepare
we could
fortification.
actually
Orders?
manage to pull that off.
General. My liege. My liege. Mighty general.
Orders.
My liege.
So let's kind of box him in.
Build fort. Mighty general.
Orders?
Mighty general.
My liege.
Engage the enemy. Besieging settlement, sir.
Then again, Carthage
Settlement under siege, sir.
seems a bit vulnerable, but
Ready to sail.
well, let's see if we could bring reinforcements
My liege.
in time. And then we were gathering
Orders?
troops over here. Well, that's rather
Forward.
slow movement speed.
Move out.
Mighty general.
I think we want to strike against Dacia first, because, well, the front is quite a bit wider there. But I think that will happen in the next episode, so now Siege of Dimmidi will be the last battle of this one.
Engage the enemy.
By the way, can we see how much population they have? 12,000, so we can actually liberate this one too. Family member, some scraps of troops, well, that's desert infantry and Libyan mercenaries can cause some troubles, but I'm rather confident on the Iberian infantry's capabilities on this one.
This is a day. Await my orders. Units. Units. General. Move out. Forward. Units.
And I think you guys could actually run, because those towers might get some stray shots off. So the bodyguard is of course the most dangerous foe over here. But at the moment it's alone and our bodyguard is quite
Your soldiers
experienced.
and the battling ram are at the gates. Now comes the test of their courage.
Okay, and let's have the you guys ready to rush in. And it might be that we want to punch another hole on the wall, just in case.
The battering ram has done its work. Your soldiers have broken the enemy
Let's see
gate.
what kind of fight the enemy does
The
put
enemy
up.
have lost the walls. Send your troops and take the rest of the settlement.
Well, that's a bit embarrassing. That's clearly under strength unit and it's kind of beating our Iberian infantry. Okay, good. We are in. So let's now just bring most of the troops here. Could we intercept these guys? Okay, that's good. trick
Enemy
over
general
here.
has been killed. Now we will see the measure of his soldiers' courage.
And that's it.
Victory.
Victory is ours, mighty one!
Settlement captured.
And once again, we want to replenish troops quickly, and then be on our way towards the next settlement.
Sire.
So, at the moment we are in controlling 31 regions. I think in the next episode we should be able to take perhaps 1, 2, 3, perhaps 4, 5, 6, and if we charge Dacia, perhaps some more. But I think the rest of the campaign should be somewhat easier. Of course, the Brutii do have quite a few provinces, so they might have some aces up to their sleeve, but we will see about that. But yeah, that's everything for today, so thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post comments, give advice, ask questions and so on. Have a great rest of the day.
Ready to
Let's move
sail.
this fleet out. QualityOldGames out.
Out of moves.